Okay, let's see what we can do with this CZ V-22 with stingers and this Monstrum scope that's not yet sighted in. Don't know if I'll be anywhere close to it, but we'll see. Okay, load up with 5 stingers. Let's see what happens. Hopefully I'll be somewhere on the sighted target. Helps to put it on fire. No idea. That's 5 rounds of stingers. And hard to tell through the scope. Oh, I see. That's not too bad. Alright, here is the 25-yard group out of the CZ V-22 with an unzeroed Monstrum scope I just put on there. The only thing I noticed with the Monstrum scope so far is I'm going to have to move it back 1 notch to get better eye relief, but other than that, optics are clear. And yeah, 25 yards shooting the stingers out of the gun and have not zeroed it, that ain't bad. So I'm going to zero the scope later after I've shot a couple more different brands of rounds through it to decide which one I want to zero it to. So stay tuned. Okay, now we'll try the CCI mini mags. 5 rounds. Well, time to go down and mark those. I don't think I'm going to take the, I don't believe I'll take this off the tripod again. It's too much of a pain in the butt, so you can watch me walk down there and mark the target. Well, that grouped about a ½ inch lower and almost the same spot as the stinger. So that's not bad at all. Once I get that zeroed in, I could use the mini mags for practice, and if I wanted to, for some reason, use this for self-defense, then I could just load up stingers and they go to pretty much the same point of aim. So that's good to know. Alright, well, we got one more to try, and that's some American Eagle. Little red box American Eagle high velocity. Nothing special. Thing is, I'm also testing out the reliability, how it functions in this gun, because I have found it to be a little bit finicky about the ammunition that it wants to function properly with. But so far, the CCI mini mags and the CCI stingers are doing well. Of course, I've not done an extensive reliability test yet. You know, with a fully loaded 25 round magazine, rapid fire, that sort of thing. That will come later. Today, I mostly just wanted to try to get some scopes verified, and as well as zeroed in, and get some idea of how some of this ammo I've got will shoot in these guns. Because I have a lot of 22s, and I have a lot of different kinds of 22 ammo. And a lot of different scopes. So, this will be the American Eagle. Let's see how we do. That's the American Eagle. Functions just fine, and it looks like it groups pretty damn well. So, not bad. Let me go up and take a look at that. Alright, thought I'd show you this target. As you can see, all three of these ammos, the CCI stingers that I was using, which is an older box, you can tell by the price tag. I've had that a while. And CCI stingers, which is, actually I'm not sure what the bullet weight on this is. The CCI mini mags, and this little red box American Eagle, all ended up right in this area here. All ended up almost to the same point of impact. Remember, the scope, the new scope that I put on it, has not yet been sighted in. So for 25 yards, you know, you can't hardly beat that right off the get-go. Now, the first ones, the 5 rounds of stingers, was this group right in here. About 1.5 inches from point of aim. 1.5 inches high. Elevation was just about dead on. I mean, elevation. Why? Oh, I'm getting old. The windage, as you can see, was just, of all of them, was just about dead on. Then the second group of 5 was the mini mags, and that group pretty much right on top of the stingers. Then the third group, this is the only one of the American Eagle that I can definitely say was the American Eagle. Everything else pretty much chewed up a hole right in here. So they're all good out of this rifle. And with the scope just the way it is. They're pretty damn close to each other, pretty close to point of aim. I was not expecting that. So, what I'm going to do, before I zero it, I am going to have to move the scope back, and let me give you a quick look at the gun and the scope, the combination there. So, as you can see, oh, by the way, John's not here. This is me messing up the camera work, so don't blame John. But you can see it. This is an old CZ V-22 dedicated 22 upper that I bought back in the 90s. This was as far as I know, the very first dedicated 22 upper for an AR to come out. Built by CZ in Czechoslovakia. Now, it has been extremely accurate. The lower that's on it is something I put together specifically for this. It's a polymer lower. You know, this is a 22, so who cares? It works, all right? And it was cheap. So, the scope is made by a company that I've recently become acquainted with and have bought a couple of other scopes from. And so far, for the money spent on this scope and all of their scopes, I have been very impressed, very pleased. I will do some separate reviews later on the Monstrum scopes once I have had a chance to use all of the ones I have over a longer period of time. But just as you know, as an example, the glass is crystal clear. You know, I can actually see the reticle, which is an accomplishment in itself. And as you can see on the target, without even making any adjustments to it, you know, it's not going to take much to get this zeroed in. All right, well that takes care of that. I got some other rifles and scopes, new ones I need to sight in. Whether or not I'm going to get them all done today, and if I'm going to get them videoed, I don't know. So I have to wait and see.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.